Hi, everybody. This is Charles Harper, and this is episode 3 of the PLR show. And one thing that I like about this format is it gives me an opportunity to talk about things in a different perspective, and to give you my take on how you can and should be using PLR. And obviously, this is my take, and there are going to be other people. They've got their own take on it. And I titled this is whether or not PLR is an easy or hard way to create digital products or income. And the thing that I have always really said about PLR, specifically the kind that we produce, which is video, is that it's basically raw material. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get it into, if you remember your accounting terminology from maybe you took accounting a while back, there's something called work in process, and they're also finished goods. And things start out as raw material. And so the PLR, basically, from my perspective, that you get, whether it's from us or other people, is really raw material. It's not quite ready to be sold. You need to develop, obviously, you should, one thing that's assumed, and I do want to say this parenthetically, is that it's assumed that you kind of have an audience. So the PLR in and of itself is not going to develop an audience, and that may be a misconception. And so even as you develop products, which you should have probably before you start developing an audience, you need to be doing that at the same time. And it's assumed that you're doing that, because whether or not you're going to get people in front of the offer or not is really going to depend largely to that audience gathering as a result of something that you're doing, or it's an audience that's gathered because you brought them together. Of course, you can also generate an audience or put an audience together from having affiliates. But whether or not PLR is an easy or hard way to create products really depends on how much value you're going to create by giving people what's in it. And in most cases, you're going to have to do something to make it unique. You're going to make it unique for your audience. You're going to make it unique for the people that really do want what it is that's going to be in there, but you might have to add some things to it. You might have to reorganize it. You may have to put it into a different format, because when you get ready to go to market, in some cases, it's not going to be just the product that's going to make the sale for you. Some of it's going to be your enthusiasm about what it is you're selling. And you need to feel real good about what you're putting in front of people. And there's a part of this process that I used to kind of discount, and to my own detriment, and I fully admit this, that you need to put something together that you feel so good about, that you're really super excited when it comes to bringing it to market. Because sometimes that's going to carry over into your saying the right things to your prospective customers. It's not always going to be, your direct response arguments, even though those help. It's not always going to be your squeeze page or your landing page, your sales video. Sometimes those things will make the sale, but in a lot of cases, you're going to be talking to people that you know about something that you are really excited about, and that you feel like they've got to have this. And so part of the process in making PLR into something that's going to help to generate income for you is that when you get it, you got to turn it into something that when you go to the market with it, people have got to have it. They've got to have it because they've got to have it. In other words, you've got to put something or some things in it so that you feel bad if they don't take you up on it. And that's going to really come across in your sales copy. It's going to come across in how you sell it. It's going to come across in whether you're selling it through a podcast. So I always encourage people, really look at your PLR as raw material. It's going to make things easier for you to create something awesome. And the real part of creating something awesome is going to be you, right? You are going to be the one that's going to make it into something that's really going to sell. Now, again, you're going to get all the, we give you sales pages, we give you the videos, we give you what you need, but by itself, it's not going to necessarily build your brand. It's not going to necessarily attract and keep your customers, you're going to have to do that. And again, that means then that making sure that when it goes to market, you know that people have to have this because of what you put into it, because of what you added to it, because of the bonuses that you had. So in other words, let's say that you're doing you bought a PLR product on the subject of PR, and you're going to sell it pretty much as is, but you're going to add something to it. You're going to add something from, I don't know what the gentleman's name is, who the king of PR is going to be. But let's say that for the sake of argument, it's let's say it's Oprah Winfrey, right? She knows public relations, and you were able to score an interview with her, and nobody else has access to this interview. Well, you know that they've got to have this, right? They're really going to be successful, and so when you go to market with that, you're going to be talking this up, and it's really almost going to be a mission for you to get it in front of people, because you know that if they get it, it could change their life, it could change their business, it could really change their trajectory. And so that's a part of using PLR that probably goes, I think, untalked about, is that it's got to be something that by the time it's all said and done, you've got to feel like, hey, you've got to have this. I've been through it. And again, I encourage people, one of the things that we do is we put the videos in Teachable. And I know that, people wonder, well, why would you do that? I just want to sell it. I really encourage people to watch the whole course. And I want you to watch the whole course. There's a reason for that. I want you to watch the whole course because I want you, when you actually go to write an email about it, when you actually go to add stuff to the sales copy, when you actually go to tell someone that, hey, I've got a new product, it's going to be on our most recent thing is System.io. I've got a course on System.io. You've got to have this, because one of the things that's really explained in this course is, and you talk about what really makes an impact. So again, knowing what's in that product, knowing what's really going to help people, and being excited about it, and telling people and letting people know they've got to have this because it could really change the trajectory of their business. And so that's a part of PLR that I think, is it an easy or hard way? It can be or it can't be. It's going to be less. It's going to be less of a burden for you to teach technical subjects. What you do have to do is you've got to bring the excitement. You've got to bring the enthusiasm, and part of that's going to be from what you put in it. So that being said, like I said, we are coming to the end of our System.io launch. I'm not sure yet what we're going to be doing next week. I do know that Leadership PLR is coming up. That's a new brand that Laurel is starting. She is probably going to start with bullet journaling. So if you're into bullet journaling, we're going to be doing that. That's going to be the first title. It's not quite leadership yet. Our first leadership title is going to be Servant Leadership. And that's coming up in September, and you'll be able to get access to that. And it kind of fills the gap between business and, I think, personal development, because part of what we do as entrepreneurs, specifically, information marketers, is we lead people, right? We are trying to get people to go in the direction that we know if they go in the direction in which we say, it's going to benefit them. And so that's what we discuss. So everybody, I'm glad that you were able to kind of join me again. This is episode 3, and as time goes forward, I will really nail down the time in which we're going to have this every day. But as of right now, just tune in. Make sure that you are signed up to our email list. You can do that at theplrshow.com, and you can just become part of and get our daily newsletter. We typically twice a day, we will discuss things. Typically in the mornings, we will discuss the PLR that we are releasing, and we release new PLR every day. In the evenings, I'll let you know when I am doing a training or when we're doing a podcast episode like we're doing right now, and kind of give you a little different insight on things that I think that you should know if you're going to be doing. That tends to be in the evening. So with that, thank you. I appreciate you all hanging out with me here. and look forward to talking to you in episode 4. Have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.